Hello, I'm Hannah Perry, and I'll be sharing findings of research conducted in 2021 with Dr. Masato Kajimoto from the Asian Network of News and Information Educators, otherwise known as N&IE, about the challenges and opportunities for news and information education across Asia. Following interviews with a range of existing and emerging news and information educators across the region, we identified 7 key challenges and opportunities educators in this region commonly face. The first challenge we identified is that few educators that we recognise as offering a form of news and information education would use the same language. Media literacy, news reading, digital citizenship, fact-checking, information literacy, and so on and so forth. Even simple words like fake news refer to different problems in different countries. Terminology varies across the region because of the diversity of many native languages, political, news, media, and education environments. So with Dr. Kajimoto and N&IE, we've been working on a consistent definition and curriculum framework to enable different educators to see how we each fit into this shared goal of furthering news and information literacy that will be published soon. The second challenge has been identifying the types of educators, formal and informal, who are contributing to the development of news and information literacy. We've identified that a range of organisational types and individuals that are contributing in different ways to the shared goal of furthering news and information literacy. And as you can see, there's a wide breadth of expertise that's contributing to this area that includes journalists, activists, as well as formal educators in universities and schools. The third challenge is about the type of education that's having an impact for news and information literacy. We include all kinds of educational approach and content, including short ad hoc videos, edutainment, games, as well as journalism clubs, and the more formal in-person as well as massive open online courses. This diversity of educational approach across the region is fantastic for attracting and engaging different types of learners, and all contribute to having a positive impact for news and information literacy. The point I just made was about different types of educational approach and format for different kinds of learners, which brings us to our fourth challenge. We've identified that lots of educators across the region are currently defining their target audience, their learner, in quite broad terms. This is often with the intention of maximising reach to anyone, because another challenge, particularly in informal spaces, is attracting people to develop their news literacy. However, this is leading to a lack of in-depth understanding of the particular needs of a specific group of learners, such as defined by their prior education level or their news and media exposure. It also makes it much harder to measure and prove the impact of the education because we don't have a clear measure of where learners are starting from. So our opportunity is to follow the example of initiatives like Fakshala in India, who've invested time in collaborating with academics and researchers to assess the needs of particular target audiences and then prioritise those who they feel they can have the most impact on with their own educational offer. The fifth challenge many informal educators are facing is a lack of educational resources and materials, such as news articles, case studies, lesson plans that could be used in workshops or even online via videos. These are all important educational resources when it comes to news and information education. The key issue we've heard is that if you're planning on offering a lesson or sharing content that could support a learner with their news and information literacy, it's difficult to quickly find resources that are recent and locally relevant to your local context. This presents an opportunity for a network of educators that could help find, develop, and share these resources, much like Pamela is doing for educators within the Philippines, and make them easily searchable and downloadable for those that need it. Another challenge for a number of initiatives is to scale the approach to a high number of learners. This challenge can relate to the need for more people and therefore more funding. However, we've identified a number of examples of where educators have found solutions to achieving scale through partnerships, such as with online networks of educators or tech developers that have assisted in developing approaches that can reach thousands of other educators and therefore learners. Our final challenge is to engage with government stakeholders and to find solutions to integrating news and information education in the national curricula of countries across the region. Once included in formal education spaces, we can make huge leaps in raising foundational levels of news and information literacy across significant proportions of the population. However, to achieve this requires a lot of different factors, support for news and information education across the country, strong networks of organisations and people aligned on the goal, as well as support for implementation, such as teacher training and resources. We've seen successes and progress in national curriculum change in the Philippines and more recently in Indonesia through the work of academic and activist networks. So we know this kind of progress is possible. With these examples, we believe that with a strong network of Asian news and information educators collaborating at a local and regional level, there's a huge opportunity to increase our impact together. We'll be updating Annie's Medium page with further details about our next steps for the initiative and with a detailed copy of this research. But in the meantime, if you'd like a copy of our research paper, please contact us at contact@annieasia.org.